Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Aries. A close friend or romantic partner may seem in a rather quiet mood and decline to communicate with you. You might wonder if this person is angry with you or you've said something or done something that wasn't okay. It's likely that what's bothering your friend has more to do with work, family, or money than you. Just make it clear that you're there if needed and everything will be alright. Taurus. The possibility of you pursuing your new career opportunities, perhaps with more pay, might cause doubts and insecurities among family members. They could be afraid that you will have less time for them, and it's important that you reassure them, as their worries might escalate if you just let it slide. Make it clear that you're still there for them, and this might alleviate their doubts and yours. Gemini. Worries about relatives who live far away might plague you today. The situation isn't helped by the fact that you may not be able to reach them by phone or email. You may have to contact mutual friends who can give you the information that you need. Circumstances probably aren't all that dire. There probably is nothing to be overly concerned about, but you need to hear this, so keep trying. Cancer. A check you may have been expecting in the mail may be delayed, and you might not be able to contact whoever is sending it. You could worry over whether or not it will get to you at all, and this could be a classic case of getting worked up over nothing. The delay won't cause any lasting problems, just inconvenience and frustration, so hang in there, the money will come. Leo, you could suddenly experience an overwhelming wave of affection for someone you've just met. Perhaps a potential romantic partner. Fantasies of the future could waft in and out of your mind. This should feel wonderful in one sense, yet it could also bring up all your doubts and insecurities. Does this person feel the same way? It's probably a bit premature to worry about that. Take it one day at a time and get to know your friend better. Virgo. New ideas for increasing your income, particularly if they involve extra work, could suddenly seem vague and uncertain today. Doubts and insecurities could sabotage the plans you were so ready for yesterday. Don't let this happen. Talk to others and judge what is and isn't workable. Then concentrate on the former and move ahead. You don't want to miss on some good opportunities, so please be careful. Libra. Romance may be very much on your mind today, though not necessarily in a positive way. Doubts and insecurities could take over your thoughts. Does a current or potential romantic partner share your feelings? Direct communication with the one in question could be premature, so it might be best to try to remain objective and judge the situation accordingly. Meanwhile, take it one day at a time. Scorpio. Brusque words or a lack of cordiality from a friend or colleague might have you wondering if this person is angry with you. Don't let your insecurity make you crazy. This person probably just has problems of their own on their mind. Do your best not to take anything seriously. Have a little faith and show a bit of compassion. Sagittarius. Someone could call and want to share some troubles with you, and your sensitivity and compassion may attract more than one unhappy person in need of sympathy and advice. While this is flattering, it could be a bit of a drag. You aren't likely to turn these people away. Accept this as a natural consequence of being a good listener, and take care not to let these sad stories get to you. Capricorn. Uncertainty about money could plague you today. You might have doubts about income now, particularly if you're self-employed. Be careful not to make yourself crazy. Your insecurity might cause the situation to seem even more serious than it really is. Try to be objective. If there are genuine concerns, and there may not be, find a way to alleviate them rather than to waste your energy worrying. Aquarius. A love partner may seem too quiet. Perhaps you haven't heard from your friend for a day or two. If you let it, this could start your doubts and insecurities, causing you to wonder if this person still cares or if they're gone forever. Try to remain objective. Does your friend have some worries right now? That may be why they're out of touch. Worrying will only make the situation worse. Pisces. Positive ideas for artistic projects could come to you, though some of them may be vague and not yet ready to manifest. You may seek to express your spiritual side through artistic activity, but might not quite have a handle on how to do it. Don't force it. Find something else to do and let it sit for a while. You might be surprised by the final results. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Have yourself a great day.
Good morning, it's Thursday. Are you up? Wakey, wakey. Come on now. This is a week of pace. You had to get up. Let's get this ball rolling. Well, of course, you got to stay informed. So let's go on over to our news department, see what's going on, and then we'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for the news. We start off in Montego Bay, Jamaica, where the 49th meeting of the CARICOM heads of government concluded with a firm commitment to people, partnership, and prosperity. Chair Jamaica's Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized regional security, announcing the adoption of the Montego Bay Declaration on Transnational Organized Crime.
As I shared during my opening remarks on Sunday, a secure CARICOM is a viable CARICOM, and as such, security remains high on the agenda for the duration of my chairmanship and beyond. We adopted the Montego Bay Declaration on Transnational Organized Crime and Gangs, underscoring our united stance against criminal networks. We welcomed, as one of our special guests, His Excellency Valdesi Urquiza, Secretary General of Interpol, and committed to strengthening cooperation and expanding access to its global resources.
CARICOM also renewed cooperation with the OAS while continuing support for Haiti, including a heartfelt address from Laurent Sincere of Haiti's Transitional Council. Sincere called for unity in restoring peace, emphasizing Haiti's readiness to lead its own transition with regional support. A new era for Caribbean justice began this week as the Honorable Justice Winston Anderson took the helm of the region's highest court. In a ceremony steeped in tradition and regional pride, Anderson was sworn in as the fourth president of the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, vowing to uphold judicial independence, expand access to justice, and deepen the court's role in shaping Caribbean jurisprudence.
My illustrious predecessors have left impossibly large shoes for one person to fill. But the bench is blessed with a strong group of vibrant and experienced jurists. With the encouragement and support of my judicial colleagues and the management and staff of the court, the CCJ will continue to strengthen its institutional capacity, enhance access to justice, and deepen relationships with national judiciaries, regional and international institutions, and the wider public.
The ceremony underscored the CCJ's 20-year legacy as a pillar of Caribbean unity and the rule of law. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is breaking down long-standing barriers to banking across the region with the launch of its ECCU First Step savings account.
One form of identification to open the account. You cannot have another bank account already. This has to be your first bank account. It's restricted in your annual deposits, so $3,000 per month or $36,000 annually. It can be jointly or singly. It is interest-bearing. It attracts no charges. You can use it for ATM, point of sale, and other types of transactional activities.
Unveiled at a town hall meeting in St. Kitts and Nevis, the initiative is designed to bring affordable, no-fuss financial access to thousands of unbanked and underserved residents in the Eastern Caribbean, offering a free, low-requirement entry point into the formal banking system. Finally, from us this morning, the Bankers Association of St. Lucia is sounding the alarm over a surge in fraudulent text messages, WhatsApp communications, and overseas calls targeting local bank customers. The warning comes amid a growing number of reports from financial institutions across the island, many of which say their clients are being tricked into sharing personal banking details through phishing scams.
What we've noted is that over the past few weeks, a number of customers from the various financial institutions have been receiving text messages, WhatsApp messages, calls stemming from an overseas number, which usually shows the financial institution's name, but that number is not a local number. And those text messages, or whatever the case may be, It's pretty much telling the customer how their account has been compromised and they need to validate the information.
Victims who unknowingly share their information risk having their accounts accessed illegally. Labanard urged the public to report any suspicious communication to their banks immediately and to avoid taking any action when receiving such messages. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Here's to a very enjoyable and productive Thursday. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Right. Thank you, News Desk. We need to take a break. We'll be back. NTRC is at it again with the annual program. Sandra is sharing all of the information. Unfortunately, they have filled out all of their slots, so there's no more room for you to sign on for this time, but the information is good nonetheless. This is Sandra Jones. She is the Universal Service Fund Administrator at the NTRC. I got it right. It's a bit lengthy, but it's not Sandra's, first rodeo with us here on the morning show. We always tap into, the NTRC's programs, and this is no different. The NTRC is now got their program that they're about to unveil. We're not looking for numbers because they don't cop their numbers already, but we just want to stay in the know, to all of the things that the NTRC is continuing to do. This is a body that we need, to keep in the know. We need to stay abreast with what's happening. We need to, follow up everything that is happening in NTRC. So this is why we're here, to just continue to enlighten you on the work and the project that the NTRC continues to lend towards. So Sandra, we are honored to have you once again to talk about this program.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here as well.
Yeah.
So this year we're having our annual program once again. That's the Summer Tech 2025. This year, the Summer Tech program is an annual initiative. And the whole idea is to equip young persons with critical digital skills. And when I say critical digital skills, I'm talking about coding, cybersecurity, robotics, AI literacy, and that kind of thing. 'Cause these are the programs that we have been rolling out over the years. Yeah. This year, however, the venue will be Sir Arthur Lewis Community College again. As Maureen said, we are fully booked. Persons registered like hot bread and butter.
That's right. You can say that.
Yes. The course runs from July 28th to August 15th. So that's a 3-week span.
What's the age group that's been targeted this time?
We're targeting students from 12 to 22. So young persons, I should say. Yeah. So that's secondary and post-secondary students. Right. The duration of the course daily will be 9 to 3. Yes. Right. In terms of what we offer a break, a lunch as usual, and also transportation. Yeah. So, as you know, we always cater for persons all around the island. The entire is island wide. Yes. So in this case, we have transportation for all of the different districts. Yes. And this will be communicated with students as necessary. So I am presently in the process of compiling registrants and then communicating to them their acceptance, of course, and various information regarding the upcoming program.
What's the numbers we're looking at this time?
We're looking at approximately 100 students, although I oversubscribed a bit, but 100 students, yes. Because every day I have more and more asking to join that, but for now it's 100.
Wow. Yes. Wow. The overwhelming response, what does that speak to?
Well, it speaks to the interest in the program over the years. It speaks to the fact that there is good word of mouth because approximately 40% of the registrants are persons who participated in previous trainings. Okay. Yes. So, and again, it says a lot about the word being spreaded out there. Why I'm saying that is the low period, is the low period in which we took to reach that maximum,
yes.
That small span of time that we took to reach a maximum registration. Absolutely. Yes. The children are very interesting. What we encourage in here is innovation as much as possible. Encourage them to take up digital careers in digital literacy and, for the future.
This is where we're heading.
So it's showing us that we're reaching that target.
Right. But it also speaks to the quality of the program.
Yes.
They have confidence in it, it will seem.
Yes, I would say that. Because I said, I look at the repeaters and then the persons and the new persons coming on board, via the previous ones
Right.
and that kind of things. Yes. So I would say that.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, this one is off. It's closed off already. So unfortunately, if you didn't get in this time, when is the next?
Before I go there, I would like to say what they can expect.
Yes,
They
please.
can expect not a 3 week of monotonous schoolwork. We have to understand that the students are on summer break.
Yes.
So we have games and we have activities throughout that 3 weeks. We have opportunities to win very good prizes and also certification as well at the end of the program. Yes. And the program is carefully crafted to suit age groups and yes, because we're using a very experienced facilitator, and that's Optronics Limited.
Oh, nice.
And Optronics Limited have been working with us for a number of years now.
Nice.
So we feel confident with the fact that we're offering them a good program, crafted by a well-experienced
Institution. That is great stuff. Yes. Right. So we're on for that. And so your summer is, if you signed up and you got accepted, well, kudos to you and the best going forward. We're going to continue to stay in abreast because there's always programs.
Yes.
So maybe the next one, somebody who missed this one might be able to catch it.
on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Sandra,
definitely.
how do we follow everything NTRC?
Well, we go online.
Yes.
We go to ntrc.lc and then there we will see whatever is happening with the USF and everything. And then we also try to do other Facebook postings as well as much as possible. We use various sites to advertise. For example, the bus shelter at Shock, we would put up a little, our most current activities, we usually place these plaques at the. So we put it out there, as much as possible, and persons like you.
Absolutely. Sandra, thank you so much. Such a brilliant opportunity right here. I'm not sure if we're grasping on to this one, but the Mount Kalash Center right here has been providing some very vital attention to the island. A lot of celebrities gravitate towards here and they actually come here and spend time seeking wholeness and wellness, Well, we caught up with the man himself, and, it profited an opportunity to just talk a little bit about the center again, some of the people that was here, some of the people that are going to be here, and how it is that what it is the center really does, and why are these people coming to the center? Here with the priest, because listen, conversation needs to be had, and we no longer have to have conversation just in a bubble, because when we talk about the movement that happens under your banner, priest, the movement of understanding the levity of naturalness, the levity of utilizing the things, healthiness, just really and truly getting comfortable and making these things, normalizing a different lifestyle to what we were introduced to, because we had it before, our grandparents, they understand it and it worked for them. And somewhere along the line, the masses turn things around for us, and gullible as we are, we run with it, and now we're reaping the unfortunate results of a lot of these unfortunate decisions that we made when it comes to our health, what we consume, our lifestyle, and we are now realizing that, if we want to make a difference, we have to really take it back there. And you and your movement, your team have made, a very, very concerted effort from day one in that regard. I'm still pushing. It's still a long way to go, but you keep pushing the boundaries and you keep holding firm to the narrative. I mean, not just here in St. Lucia, like you mentioned, you just came from Jamaica. So understanding that this is not just a St. Lucia thing, but you're connecting with like-minded persons within the region as well, so that we have a more of a holistic approach to this lifestyle and this liberty. Is a refreshing thought, because it now means that, we are what's the use of St. Lucia alone getting healthy and getting on that bandwagon? How it is we connect with the rest of our region, how next of our brothers and sisters. How is Jamaica doing in that light? Maybe it might be a little bit more even encouraging when St. Lucia know, well, Jamaica is on that path too. So it could serve like as a means of inspiration as well. So I'm happy that all of that is happening. Your thoughts on all of that. What is the missions been like? How challenging does it get? Do you get frustrated at times? Where are we at?
Well, I'm always grateful, because, from in 2000, and I graduated in 2005 from the American University Antioch College of Medicine, and then I came into St. Lucia 2006.
Yeah.
That was because St. Lucia was #1 in the world with diabetes. And at that point, I went on national television and I said, well, in a decade, we're going to reduce it by 50%. And we went about doing inter-secondary school vegan cooking competitions. We had Caribbean Wellness Day that we began in 2007. We did that 7 consecutive years with the Office of the Prime Minister. Up to today now, when you look at diabetes in St. Lucia, it's not even on the first 20 countries. So when you look at St. Lucia, it's in a very wonderful space, even if you might be thinking it's bad. But how it was before, the World Health Organization had forecasted that there have been a 50% increase. So if we were highest and there have been a 50% increase in a decade, we have brought that back. We have spun back the wheel through education. So I am very happy with what is happening in St. Lucia, and definitely that is why we established the Mount Kalash Rejuvenation Center in the mountain, which is basically a space where people could actually come in. The thing about it is that most of the people that come in are people who have that love of life and that love for themselves. And we also what you call a celebrity mentor. So, you have people like Jimmy Cliff, who spent over 5 strongs up in the mountain. He came in for 3 weeks. He extended for 2 more weeks. We have Alan Steele Cole, who was a manager of Bob Marley. We have Chronix. We have plenty of different people. So the people that we have NFL players, we have professional football players. We have all different type of people who come into St. Lucia just for rejuvenation. So we in St. Lucia, most of the things we take it for granted. When you look on the ground here, you see Medina, which is like an aphrodisiac. You look at Pia Pool, which is another herb good for your urinary system. So we have the pharmacy, FARMERSEE, not PHARMACY. We have the farmer, which is all the food things growing right around us. Yet we don't understand that these are the things we need to actually ingest. Why? Because 2 out of every 3 women gets breast cancer. 2 out of every 3 men get prostate cancer. Out of every 3 men that get it, 2 of them die from it. And as we mentioned previously, colorectal cancer, right? So we are in a precarious state when it comes to heart disease. And these are simple things that you could actually reverse by just a change of mindset and a change of lifestyle, what you eat and what you drink. So we just came out of Jamaica, where we had a wonderful session, and we got a lot more people that we began actually working with. We've been working with plenty of the celebrities up there. But what we added, now we're doing some work with Lilia Ike, we're doing some work with Protégé, we're doing some work with many of these people. Why? Because many of these people are now coming on the journey of wanting to seek wellness. So we should not belittle what we have. We should actually grab it. We should actually grab it tight and hold it dear to our heart, because our ancestors left us with a chest of knowledge, a lot of knowledge. And as Marcus Garvey say, intelligence rule the world and ignorance carry the burden. So not because you don't know, it means that you won't suffer. Even if you don't know and you drink poison, you're still going to die. So we're encouraging our people just to know that, yes, things might look bad, but we are better than where we were in 2007.
Wonderful.
Now,
Kalash, that is one aspect of it, which is the most vital part of it, though. But let's talk about the tourism aspect of this, because all of these celebrities that you've mentioned, we used to be seeing people, some governments are paying influencers to come in just to say, well, they're on the island. But your facility has been attracting some very high-end celebrities thus far. So that is also playing that role. Is like a 2-tier thing right now with that. So what's your thought?
Well, you see, St. Louis, if you see Darren Sammy walking there, most people will pretend like they don't see him.
Yeah.
Darren Sammy is renowned. I mean, he is the only captain who won 2 T20 World Cups, one behind the other. You know, when he was the test captain, he was doing phenomenally well. Right now, he's the coach of all the cricket team, of West Indies teams from T20, ODI, but how do we utilize that? You know, how do we portray him? How do we, we're supposed to have statues all around the place. We're supposed to have, streets and foods and everything that honor our people. So our people have that tendency not to really gravitate into honoring our own. I mean, we could see it differently now with Julian Alfred coming out, but yet still there are many people who have done phenomenal works, and our people normally even, they look on the outside and look within to see what they have to attract people. Yeah, so people are really attracted to St. Lucia as a wellness destination. And most of the times, even when Jimmy Cliff was there, we brought him to the cabinet of ministers, and I remember Prince wanted to see him, but he never happened. But at the end of the day, we attract plenty of people, and what attract them is the uniqueness of what we have to offer, the authenticity. So St. Lucia, over the past 20 years, we in the Caribbean region, we've been the forerunner. Yeah. I've been working from Jamaica all the way down to Trinidad. So from Tortola to St. Martin to Dominica to Antigua, any of these countries we go to, people actually come and say, "Oh, Prince Kalash." Dominica, they call me Prince Kalash. But at the end of the day, so our work is not just St. Lucia, England. We did a lot of work in England, and up to yesterday, we have another person we mentor, Dr. Holistic Bobby Price from America, who was here for about 3 days just to come and sit in and reason. Dr. Rachel Ross, who does Doctors on NBC, she was down here. We create products for her also. Yeah. So there are many people that even if we don't go out there, many people who actually see the value of what we do, and they want to utilize our herbs in St. Lucia to actually produce products. Riza Islam, with other influencer. We do a product for him now. In less than a year, it has 2,000 5-star reviews. Wow. So we have to understand that what we have in St. Lucia is valuable.
St. Lucia is rising in many ways. Every different aspect you see in St. Lucia elevating. You understand? And there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be doing that in the bodybuilding segment as well. So Mr. Sidoni is going to tell us about that first time championship we are going to be hosting right here. Absolutely. I'm here with Mr. Sidoni. And of course, when you see the Sidonis, it's linked naturally
to fitness and
bodybuilding. And we are here to talk about the upcoming bodybuilding championship.
Right.
Mr. Sidoni, it's an honor to have you. I think they did very well by ensuring that you're the man to handle that part of the thing.
Well, indeed,
so let me say congratulations.
Thanks so much, man. I think it's an honor for me to serve St. Lucia, my country. We're talking more than 30 countries within that region, 32 countries or so, as far as Mexico. Will be coming down to St. Lucia. We won the bid to host the CAC championships, and so we gladly embraced it. And I think we just need to get ready now. Getting ready now. Our athletes, we're hyping up everybody, because if you're hosting the competition, as many athletes as possible that you could have on stage, you'll better your chances of winning the world championships. Yes. Ooh, okay. So we're in the mobilization stage. All the gyms in St. Lucia, we've had an influx of gyms in St. Lucia. Yes. Beyond limits, just name them. And everybody's into fitness, and this is good for this country, health, everybody's into fitness. This is the ultimate sport. And we want to put on a real great show. The actual national championships in itself to select the team takes place on the 31st of August at the Cultural Center. So all gyms are getting ready now, athletes are priming up, and I think it's going to be a wonderful event for the public and for St. Lucia in itself. We're on a trajectory of winning. And bodybuilding in itself want to continue, and fitness want to continue this trajectory for the island.
Let's talk about that championship. Let's talk to the nature of it. This is a championship that's on for how many years? Do you know?
It's been on for more than 50, 60 years. Exactly. from time, a long time.
Is that the first time we'll be hosting it?
It's the first time we've had OECS championships here, but this is the extra region in itself, the Western Hemisphere, if you want to put it in this way, Central American Caribbean region. So
This is huge.
Absolutely, very huge.
Do we anticipate there's going to be a lot of persons traveling who is into that to come to the island as well?
We're anticipating at least 250 athletes and about 30 officials from the international and sub-regional, extra-regional federations coming down here to St. Lucia. So this is a huge event for sports tourism, for fitness in itself, and for St. Lucia, putting itself on the map again.
Absolutely.
At that level.
Now, of yourself being involved, in that field for so many years, of course, that probably could bring some joy to your heart to see finally your island, your country, your little neck of the woods is now getting so involved on such high level. How does that feel?
Absolutely, it's something we've bidded for years ago, but we didn't have the logistics, I think, at the time to have hosted it. But with all the hotels we have now, and everything is falling in place, I think it's a perfect opportunity for us to showcase our athletes, in a big way. Because as I said, you could have as many athletes as possible. That's why this mobilization component of the event now is in full swing. So that we have another 2 or 3 months in itself before the actual event, and everybody's in preparatory mode. So I know that it's going to be a huge event, and St. Lucians love bodybuilding.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be packing this pavilion, Rodney, for the event.
That's going to be, because I was going to ask you, you mentioned, making sure logistic-wise we were able to do so. So we go into the pavilion for this.
The pavilion for this one. The national championships will be at the cultural center. But we think it's a much bigger event. It's a larger space, more packing facilities. And so in this regard, we thought it would be the best venue. So it's going to be a huge event.
And the date again?
It's from the 26th to the 28th. Actually, there's two components of it. Because of the nature of it and the amount of participants involved, there's pre-judging the day before. And there's also a children's competition and an adults competition in itself, strength competitions and whatnot. So it's all encompassing. All demographics will be involved in that in itself. So everybody's gearing up for it.
What's the month? The 26th and
September
okay.
This year.
Right,
Huge,
wonderful.
huge.
Oh, well, we are definitely looking forward to that. In the meantime, though, is there a space, an online space, a presence where we can go and follow the movement of this?
Just mobilizing our social media platforms by next week or so. That should be in full swing. So people could access and get all information with regards to the actual event itself.
Wonderful.
Ticketing, all these things will be incorporated into the whole process. So the general public will be well informed and we will have access to everything.
I think so. It looks like we have a plan. We're onto something here. Absolutely. Mr. Sidoni, I am looking forward to that. And I'm sure, like is every other St. Lucian who is definitely invested in the sport.
Well, you've always played a great role in our sport. You were super MC, you know what I mean? So
I think I want to change the rule this time, I want to change the rule this time. I don't want to do the MC.
Doing some training. I've noticed you in one of the gyms, so I'm glad that you've been impressed, and it's rubbing on.
Absolutely.
And,
So maybe you might see me in a different capacity this year.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Mr. Sidoni, be careful what you ask for. Guys, but let's keep that date in mind and let's continue to follow the movement for this one. We're going to continue to keep you updated with things happening concerning that championship as well, because I think this is vital stuff. This is moves in the right direction as far as we're concerned. Right. Well, that's what. That's it. That's our show for this Thursday. It was an amazing one. We enjoyed putting it together. I hope you enjoyed viewing it. But we still have tomorrow before we wrap up this week. But like I said, this is the week of pace. So I hope whatever it is you're going to be going on out there today to get involved in, to get engaged in, well, go on out. I want to big up the Intercommercial House, all of the business houses. Some of them are our clients and they're on later on tonight at the Cultural Center for the Intercommercial House competition as well. So best of luck to everybody. Only big up yourself. Like the reigning king. We out.